Welcome back to Fantastic Comics, This Week in Comics. My name is Lewel. This is my shop in Berkeley, California, and every week I recommend comics that I think you and I should check out. So let's just do it. This week we'll be talking about Scales and Scoundrels #2, The Amazing Spiderman #789, Action Comics #989, and Batman The Flash hardcover The Button. When Scales and Scoundrels #1 came out, I had no idea what it was going to be like. And then I read it, and it was a fantastic comic. The art by Galad was very strong. It was nice art, and the writing by someone I have no idea about, Sebastian Gerner. He tells a really good fantasy story following a thief who has a sordid past, but we're not going to really know about it until later, who ultimately saves this prince. And it's a darn good story. I really like it. There's an ending I don't want to tell you about because it leads into this next issue, and it's the hook. Really good book. I recommend getting Scales and Scoundrels #1. I definitely am going to be picking up #2. And if you're a fan of fantasy comics, this is definitely one for you. Amazing Spiderman #789. You are correct. You heard me say 789. Because of Marvel Legacy, certain books are getting their old numbering back, and Spider-Man is one of them. This is going to introduce the storyline Fall of Parker. It's the first issue of the Fall of Parker. Peter Parker is an owner of a big global company, and he has done a bunch of things that have screwed it up, especially during the whole Secret Empire thing when Doc Ock was trying to take over as Superior Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man won the day in the end, but he had to basically blow up his company, and the ramifications of that are going to take place in this most recent story. Stuart Immonen is the illustrator. I've liked him all the way since his Superman days. He just gets better and better with each comic book. Better and better every day. He's wonderful. And Dan Slott's the writer. He's a longtime Spider-Man scribe. He's told some of the best stories, well, in the last years, since he's been the only person writing it. I love Spider-Man. These books are good, and Peter Parker's gonna get his comeuppance, so I'm down. Action Comics #989. Ever since ever since the DC Rebirth occurred, they brought back the numbering for Detective Comics and Action Comics. They realized, hey, it's close to 1,000. Let's bring back that numbering so we can hit that milestone. It is written by Dan Jurgens, who is really well known for The Death of Superman. It has art by Victor Bogdanovich, who did the Chinese New Superman that DC recently created. It has a really good story that's going on. There's a spoiler. 1, 2, 3. Jor-El is back. He did not die in the explosion from Krypton. There's a whole story that's going on about that and how he still lived. He has contacted Superman and doesn't like the way things are going, so I think there's gonna be a fight. Anyway, this is part 3 of the story that's going on. There's a lenticular cover. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a hologram that moves. They're a little bit more expensive, but boy, they fly off the shelves. I know because I buy them too. Anyhow, recommended. If you like good superheroing, if you like good Superman, this is the way to go. And lastly, we have Batman Flash The Button. It's a hardcover collection of the 2 issues of Batman that crossed over with the 2 issues of The Flash. It's written by the writer of both books and the artist that they chose to do those books. Howard Porter is one of them, and Jason Fabok's done a lot of Batman, and he's pretty darn good too. So, what is The Button? If you're a Watchmen fan and you can't handle this, I think this is the time to turn off. But The Button is the button that the comedian left behind with the blood splotch when he died in Watchmen. This button was found in the Batcave, and this has something to do with Rebirth and the hand that changed everything. And there's going to be a big old series coming up later on next year that you're going to want to read called The Doomsday Clock. Probably ties in with this. This is the foundation of everything that's going on with the DCU. Other than DC Rebirth, this is definitely something you need to read if you're at all interested. If you're at all interested in the DC Universe, if you like The Watchmen and don't care about anything going wrong with it, and yeah, this is the book to get. Good art, good writing, all of that stuff, get it. As always, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Shop at your local comic store. And let us know what you're excited about in the comments down below. We'll see you next week.